The Oscar-winning actor Richard Dreyfuss is here to give us a dire warning about Hollywood and the future of our country as we continue to see things like wokeness run rampant throughout every aspect of our lives these days. And what he has to say here is absolutely fantastic. He is a big deal. I mean, he was a star in some of the biggest movies, especially in the 20th century, with some films like Jaws and other films like Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Goodbye Girl, and What About Bob. He was a big star in these films. So it's crazy to hear someone from Hollywood who is a big star like him talk about these things. And it's very courageous of him to be willing to put himself out there in this way to talk about things that need to be talked about. These are huge issues, and he has a lot of really good stuff to say. So let's go ahead and jump right into it with this video clip of him doing an interview with Megyn Kelly about these things.
No, there is a complete, apparently, a lack of trust in the brains of our young people. We think that they will be putty in the hands of an influencer or a social network owner, and this happens and has been happening since social media has.
By the way, that is an excellent point that he is bringing up here. This is exactly what they want us to be. This is what the establishment wants us to be like, what Hollywood wants us to be like, what our education system wants us to be like. They want us to be putty in their hands. That is exactly what they want to boil us down to. That's what they want to tear us down to, is just putty that they can then form and fashion into whatever image they want us to be. They want us to be able to just be fashioned into whatever worldview they want us to have. And those aren't really good worldviews that we should be having or anything like that.
Been our constant companion for many years. And we may not be able to affect what the leaders of the Russians do.
So basically, just to kind of give you guys a little bit of backstory, a little bit of context to so basically, he and Megyn Kelly are talking about, like, you know, censorship on big tech and everything else, and Russia, Ukraine, all of that type of stuff. So that's why he was mentioning Russia there.
Most important rules we have ethics and values expressed not on a list at the end of the Constitution, but right smack dab in the middle of the Constitution are the things that they say are irrefutable and basic. When you see...
And, I mean, that is fantastic what he is saying there. I mean, can you think of any other Hollywood actor who would be talking this way, who would say this? We have ethics and values right smack in the middle of the Constitution. There's hardly any actor that you could find working in Hollywood today who would be even giving the Constitution glowing praise at all. And the fact that he is willing to not just talk about the Constitution, but talk about ethics and values, that is crazy coming from someone in Hollywood. But that's, I mean, he's gained a lot of respect from me just from this interview alone.
A Russian host country that has hundreds of millions of inhabitants. Amendment's first speech when he said, go ahead.
I was just going to say, what do you think they should do? Because, you know, and I know you're a free speech supporter, a First Amendment supporter, where do you think he should be drawing the line, if anywhere, right? Like, there are...
Talking about censorship on big tech and everything else.
There are certain categories over here that we don't recognize as constitutionally protected. Very limited, very tiny category. But what do you think he should be doing with respect to Russia and beyond?
No, not what he should be doing. It's what we should be doing.
Boom. That is the point right there, right? Like, This is the problem. This is the problem. We have all of these stuffy Hollywood elites, and not just Hollywood elites, just elites in general, who want to control the flow of information on social media. They want to be able to decide what should be allowed, what can be allowed and what can't be allowed for us to say on social media platforms. They want to control the flow of information. That is what they're trying to do. It shouldn't be up to those elites, those billionaire weirdos. It shouldn't be up to them to decide what we say or can't say. It should be up to us. We should be the ones personally responsible for what we say or don't say. It should be up to us, the people. But it's not up to us, the people. That is the problem. So what he says here is fantastic, and you won't hear hardly anybody in Hollywood talking this way. Yeah, he's a little bit dry in the way that he talks about things, but it's very, very good. It is excellent stuff. And if you get a chance, I would definitely recommend going to watch the rest of this interview because it is very, very good. And he's completely correct about this. Dreyfuss repeatedly referenced the current woke ideology, which stifles debate and cheers on censorship during the conversation. Marxist ideology. He didn't utter the word woke, but everyone knows what he meant. Exactly. That is exactly the truth right there. I have a lot of respect for this man now. The fact that he is willing to put himself out there and talk about these things that need to be talked about, that is fantastic. Great stuff, great warnings and everything else. So let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I'll talk to you in another video very soon. Bye.